What's up, guys? It's me here with some news. It's been confirmed that Mr. Terrific will be returning to the DCEU, but this time as a member of the Justice League. He will first appear in the upcoming Flash movie. And in honor of that, I decided to make a top 10 list counting down my favorite Mr. Terrific moments from across all media. Let's get into it. Number 10, Metamorphosis. One of the best things about the Arrowverse is how they incorporated the magical world of the comics, specifically with the introduction of Earth 2, when the multiverse began to collapse. Earth 2 merged with Earth 1, and we got the introduction of some iconic characters like Jay Garrick and the Justice Society. But there was also a pretty cool villain introduced by the name of Gorilla Grodd. This version of Grodd was actually a good guy who had powers similar to those of Superman, but he was still treated poorly by society because of his appearance. He eventually turned evil and battled the Flash. However, Grodd was no match for the combined powers of the two Flashes, and they were able to send him back to Earth 2, where he became a Hero No. 9 Flashpoint. Speaking of the Flash, we have an appearance in Flashpoint, which takes place in an alternate timeline where the Flash's mother is alive and well. But this reality has some big differences, like the absence of the Justice League. Without the Justice League around to protect the world, it quickly fell into chaos and was taken over by the tyrannical Reverse Flash. The only heroes left standing were Batman and the Flash, along with some other sidekicks. But even with these odds, they were still taken out one by one until it was just the Flash and Batman left standing. In order to save his mother, Barry Allen makes the ultimate sacrifice by racing the Reverse Flash to the end of time itself. He defeats his alternate self and restores his original timeline, thus restoring the entire multiverse. No. 8. Injustice. While we may never see the Injustice League in live action, the animated film did a fantastic job at adapting these evil counterparts from Earth 3. The main story focuses on the destruction of Metropolis and the death of Superman, which causes Batman to take a darker approach to crime fighting. Eventually, Batman ends up imprisoned, and Superman's former love interest, Lois Lane, joins the Resistance alongside the Green Lantern. Together, they help Harley Quinn escape from the Legion of Doom, and together they take down the evil Joker. Number 7. DC Animated Universe. If you grew up watching Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, then you already know that the DCAU did an amazing job at portraying these iconic superheroes. George Newbern's portrayal of Mr. Terrific was no exception. Unlike some of the other heroes, Michael John Carter was already established as an adult superhero, which allowed the writers to explore more mature themes. Personally, I remember watching an episode and thinking, wow, that's deep. Not only was it cool to see a hero struggle with their faith, but it was also reassuring to see that the show didn't shy away from complex subjects. Number 6. JSA. The Justice Society is a group of veteran superheroes who paved the way for the next generation of heroes like the Justice League. Many people forget that there was a Justice Society in the actual golden age of comics, but there have also been several iterations since then. Personally, I am most familiar with the JSA of Earth 2. They were not only a great group of heroes, but they also had some great villains like the Crime Syndicate. The main difference between the Crime Syndicate and the Justice League is that the Crime Syndicate were ruthless killers. They would do whatever it took to win, no matter how many lives they had to take. Number 5. Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come is a fan-favorite story from the 90s that features a future where most of the current heroes have either retired or gone insane. With no hope for the future, society has turned to the villainous Superman, who has become a tyrant ruling over Metropolis. Fortunately, a young hero named Superboy emerges to help restore peace to the DC universe. Along with the help of a few other heroes, they are able to defeat Superman and restore balance to the universe. Personally, I think Kingdom Come is a great story because it explores the idea of what would happen if Superman went bad. Number 4. Identity Crisis. Although Mr. Terrific wasn't in the comics event, Identity Crisis, he was a major player in the subsequent 52 weekly series. To sum up the importance of this storyline, there is a huge change in the status quo that impacts the entire DC universe forever. No. 3. Tangent Comics. The Tangent Universe is an alternate reality where all of the heroes and villains are based off of public domain characters. So instead of Superman, we have the Superman. Instead of Wonder Woman, we have Wonder Woman. Instead of Batman, we have Batman. You get the picture. While most of these characters look similar to their mainstream counterparts, they all have different origins and personalities. For example, Batman is portrayed as being more violent and ruthless than his mainstream counterpart. I personally think it as a really interesting concept, and I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it. Number 2, Smallville. Smallville is one of the longest-running superhero TV shows ever made, spanning 10 seasons. It follows the adventures of a young Clark Kent as he grows up in the town of Smallville. Although Smallville is known for having a lot of angst and romance, it still delivers when it comes to action. There were plenty of villains from the comics that made their way onto the show, including Brainiac, General Zod, and even Darkseid. Not only was it cool to see these villains adapted for television, but it was also great to see the heroes interact with them. And coming in at No. 1 today is Young Justice. Out of all the animated superhero shows currently airing, Young Justice is by far my favorite. It does an amazing job at incorporating obscure characters while still giving the spotlight to the more popular ones. Not only does it feature an incredible cast of characters, but the animation and voice acting are also top-notch. One of the best things about Young Justice is how it incorporates characters from the comics. Unlike some of the other shows, Young Justice doesn't shy away from featuring characters that might not be as recognizable to mainstream audiences. For example, the team's first mission in the show is to recover a stolen artifact called the Janus. The only problem is that the thieves are members of the secret society of supervillains. And the only way to infiltrate the group is by using a shape-shifting alien known as a Reach. So what's your favorite Mr. Terrific moment? Let me know in the comments below. That's all I have for you. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.